we have to talk about the worst field upgrade in BO6 zombies, Dark Flare. Over the last day I grinded the augments for this field upgrade, and oh boy can I tell you, this one sucks. Dark Flare is the only new field upgrade that Treyarch introduced with Black Ops 6 Zombies. The 4 other ones, Energy Mine, Frenzied Guard, Healing Aura and Aether Shroud, were all introduced with Cold War Zombies. So I was excited to try out the newest one. And yeah, spoiler warning, it's absolutely trash. But regardless, I'm gonna try my best to go over the minor and major augments for this field upgrade, and at the end of the video I will also try to give you the best build for Dark Flare. Although, my recommendation is to straight up not use Dark Flare, but anything else. But let's get started. First we have the major augments, and here we have Extension. And the augment states, significantly increase Dark Flare's duration. And the base duration time for Dark Flare is 6 seconds, and I kid you not, with this augment equipped, it's at most 9 seconds. So it's really bad. It's barely noticeable, but yeah, it's a bit longer. Next we have the major augment called Supernova, and this one states, the beam is replaced with a sphere that damages nearby enemies as it travels. And the ball detonates at the end of Dark Flare's duration. Sounds super cool and interesting, right? But once you load into the game and try it out for yourself, it's kinda underwhelming, because this orb thing is barely doing any damage to the zombies. At most I got 5 zombie kills with 1 activation, and that's when I trained the zombies. One time I only got 2 kills with 1 activation, so it's really bad. But the orb still remains to be a bit more practical than the laser beam attack, since all you have to do is just activate it and the orb will do the rest. In comparison to Dark Flare's default laser beam that you have to press down and hold for the whole duration. I mean by that you can shoot your weapon while you're activating it, you just have to use the laser beam. And that's annoying, and not the case with the Supernova major augment, I'll give it that. And finally we have, for the major augments, Dark Pact. And this one says, beam heals and revives other players on contact. And this one is also really stupid. Because get this, in order to revive the players, you need to focus the laser beam on the player itself for the whole duration of the revive. Meaning that if you move away the laser beam from the down player, it will stop the revive process. Yeah, it will save the amount of revive you have done so far, and you can just continue reviving it if you have the chance, but then again it's only 6 seconds or 9 seconds like we heard before, and to revive a player in that time with a laser beam and other zombies next to you is almost impossible. Now I also tried buying quick revive in order to revive players faster, right? And then I tried it again with Dark Flare, and to my surprise it kinda worked faster this time around. So if you have quick revive and use Dark Flare, you can revive players faster with its beam. But there are simply better ways to revive players. I'll get to that in the discussion part. Now let's also talk about the minor augments. There we first have Broad Beam, and this one significantly increases the size of your beam. And yeah, I tested that too, and yeah, it seems to be a bit bigger, I guess. But size really doesn't matter when it comes to Dark Flare, it's still kinda garbage. Yeah, you might be able to hit more zombies at once with your beam, but still, it's not a good augment to have. Then we have the next one, called Heavy Shadow, and this one actually slows down the zombies with your beam. And I of course tested that as well, and yeah, it worked, to no surprise, it slowed down the zombies. But it made me wonder, why is that not the default activation with Dark Flare anyways? Like, okay, you have a beam that kills and damages zombies in front of you, you might as well wanna slow them down, because killing zombies is just something that you can do with your weapons, right? So where's the use in this field upgrade, I have to wonder. And the third and last minor augment is called Extra Charge, and this one increases your maximum charges to 2. So you can store 2 Dark Flares in your backpack, making you practically carry twice as much trash. And fun fact about that, Dark Flare as a whole is currently so bugged that you can't store 2 field charges at once. Because every time you fill up Dark Flare, you have to use it. Otherwise your next zombie kills will count towards to the next upgrade charge bar, resetting it in the process. Which just further shows how broken this field upgrade currently is. And with that being said, let's discuss Dark Flare and its usage. I kinda had a hard time figuring out the usage of Dark Flare. If you wanna run a support field upgrade, you can do that I guess, because you can revive players with the major augment Dark Pact, while also having 2 activations ready in case teammates go down and you need to revive them. But then again, if you want to revive players, just use Healing Aura or Aether Shroud and revive them while you're invisible. Or just use normal quick revive. That will be even better to revive teammates, honestly. So Dark Flare is already kind of failing the support field upgrade class, and as a killing zombies class field upgrade, well, it's also kinda trash because it kills like only a few zombies at once. Compare that to Energy Mine that can take out a whole train of zombies with one activation, and you will notice how bad it is in comparison. Look, I thought about it a long time and I only came up with one conclusion, that the field upgrade is right now really badly balanced, and I'm 100% sure that Treyarch will actually buff it at some point in the next weeks to make it a bit more viable. And with that in mind, I thought the best two augments to run would be Heavy Shadow and Supernova, because I'm just gonna assume that they're gonna buff Supernova in the next weeks to make it take out a whole train of zombies. And Heavy Shadow, like I said, it should have been a default ability for Dark Flare anyways, slowing down the zombies. So you might as well just pick that as a minor augment. But yeah, that's my harsh review for Dark Flare. Don't use this field upgrade as a support field upgrade, it's really trash. And even if you want to use it to kill zombies, it's still in a bad spot right now in terms of damage. I would just wait for a buff in the next weeks. And then hopefully the recommended build, Supernova with Heavy Shadow, will actually be a good option to run. But yeah, that was my quick Dark Flare in-depth review. I hope you liked it, I hope you learned something new. Subscribe if you want to see more augment reviews on my channel. I already covered Energy Mine, Frenzied Guard, Healing Aura and Aether Shroud over the last days, so give it a watch if you want. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.